And we are back. Appreciate y'all, man. We trying to find a way to end these last couple of days before there's nothing else. Yo, Foots, top 5. Who's gonna owe the most money next year? Top 5 Dak Prescott cleats, boy. You know, we just running out of stuff. So me and Foots trying to make it work, man. Training camp is on the way. The Cowboys are going to Oxnard. They're gonna get on the plane Monday, and they are going to start practice Friday. Friday 1-on-ones, the 25th, whenever that is. Jerry Jones got a press conference before that. So me and Brother Foot's gonna come up in here and talk a little bit of our talk, man. What's good with you, bro?
Yeah, man. I think this is the perfect time for us to tap in, Voch, pre-training camp. We did so much during the draft season.
Louisville starting, Foots.
Hey, when you know, I really dug deep into that when you tapped in with Brian, and it was crazy because we were sitting there on the draft, and after the dust is settled with BB and we were excited and all like that, it's like I remember it was like, okay, running back. Mm-hmm. But maybe they have found their gym in Louisville, Voch. I mean, dog. We're hearing from multiple people now that him playing early is real. So I don't want to bury any leads, Voch, but you popped it off. Let's pop that pop, baby.
You know, something that I'm gonna constantly ask people, if Louisville turns out to be one of them dudes, is that going to make us feel better about the Cowboys not taking running back in the 3rd round? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of dude are we gonna have to get from Louisville to make us feel better about not taking running back? And just the character, you know, that it sounds like he's turning into, you know, that when Kendricks is gone, he's going to step right in and do this with that Sean Lee type. I don't even want to put Sean Lee on him like that, but that high IQ type stuff. We ain't saying the coach is saying it. Coach is saying, and you know, I heard from a source, Foots King, somebody inside the building told me. Okay, Brian Broad's talking. Brian Broad's been talking to Zimmer. They friends. And he was just like, hey, man, the kid gets it. He gets it. And apparently, Foots, Zimmer's shocked. Zimmer's appalled. The kid gets it. So what that mean to me is when it's time for the rookies to integrate with the older characters for real, there's not going to be this acclimation period that Louisville has to get through. You know what I'm saying? He already knows all the ins and outs. He's backup green dot guy right now. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll say this. One thing that you said that I want to go back to is you said,
please,
when they get with the vets.
Yes, sir.
I think that people are going to be shocked at how big. So one thing that we know, right, Voch, is it's your rookie body and then it's your
peanut butter body.
Yes, sir. I think Cowboys fans, people around the building, were probably pleasantly pleased to see Louisville's body and just how tall he is, but then like he's physically imposing. Mm-hmm. That alone at the linebackers. I mean, I tell some of the kids, listen, I know some of y'all, some of this is to get off the bus Olympics. Like you see a certain guy, you're like, he's a dude. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's one thing of it. Yeah. But then I think the thing that I saw, especially watching film, is how physical he plays down. Like, he's a downhill player. Sure. The thing that I had issues with him, and I thought second round was his range. Sure. Now, other people, 5th, didn't see, and that's fine.
5th is crazy for
Louisville. Draft community was torn on this guy. Yeah. I loved him, especially when I seen him run around the scene. But I'm like, I don't see 5th round, but okay. Yeah. But one of the interesting thing of it, Voch, is you see a guy who plays physical downhill. Like, he doesn't let linemen get on him. He's not going to let linemen get on him. Then you talk about the pedigree, Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. And then now you hear the coaching and the high IQ, and if Zimmer, because one thing we know about Mike Zimmer, he said it, and his teammates, I mean his old players have said it. Sure. If you don't know what you're doing,
you ain't gonna play. Yeah.
Well, I need to throw something at the screen. Throw it. I mean, if you, I need to find something. Can you say that one more time? If you don't know what you're doing,
you ain't gonna play. So many goddamn screen, man.
Shouldn't that how football be?
That's how it should be, man. But some of these people, man, be letting these old people just, boy, these old hurt.
Yeah.
These old can't run no more. Just play free safety, man. Some of them put them anywhere though. But I think Louis Fowl is gonna be a huge burst of energy, and the best part about it is that you're not gonna rely on him like right now. Like he's not relied on a guy right now. But I do think it's gonna be interesting when he starts to get involved. Foots, how about the Foots? If I says this, Foots, what's the PT splits? Right? Like we know Kendrick's gonna be your main guy. I don't even know how much he's gonna come off the field for. Really, may not. But what's your PT splits for Louis Fowl, Overshown, and Damone Clark, regardless of personnel package, regardless of whether we in nickel, dime, whatever? Which linebacker you think play the most, second and third?
This is good, Voch. I'm gonna go.
Right.
You locked that in. So you said it. Kendricks isn't coming off the field. I think that he's going to. I think part of him coming here was the fact that he didn't have to fight for reps in San Francisco.
Sure.
He was going to have to fight for reps in San Francisco. They have two really good linebackers, Greenlaw,
Warner,
and we know how good Fred Warner is. So he was going to have to fight for reps in San Francisco. Now, Greenlaw is coming off that injury, so maybe, but then maybe not. But they also have depth behind him. He said no. He said, I'm going to go with Zimmer, who early on in his career, he said, listen, Zimmer was hell on me. Mm-hmm. And then once I bought in, he became my favorite coach.
Sure.
Like he's on record saying that.
Sure.
He is going to be out there running that defense. So barring injury, Kendricks will be on the field. Yeah. And let's stay on Kendricks for just a second, Voch.
Please.
He played good on a bad defense. Mm-hmm. And on a Brandon Staley ran defense where it was just like, Brandon Staley is supposed to be his defensive guy, his defensive guru, and he didn't know how to use guys like Derwin James. Sure. He really kind of wasted Kendricks in certain situations. But one thing about Kendricks, he flew to the ball. He played a lot like Sean Lee late in his career, just knifes through. He's seen it all. He knows what teams are trying to do. So he is going to be out there. You're not going to shock him. Mm-hmm. The one that is uber interesting is DeMarvin Overshown.
Sure.
Why? Health. Okay. Is DeMarvin Overshown healthy? We know he been in the gym. That's for sure. Like
he's big.
Yeah, bro. Like his arms bigger than my head. So like he's definitely taking the weight room to seriously. Like he's taking it to heart. Yeah. That being said, his superpower to me, Voch, was how he ran.
Sure.
That's what we got to see.
Yeah.
So I don't want to ride a fence because I go on record, but I would say healthy DeMarvin Overshown on record. You talking about 70? I mean, he's not coming off the field because people say J-Ron Kurzweil, bro. To me, he's a better athlete than Kurz.
Plus, J-Ron Kurzweil don't even exist here. What is that?
Not on this defense.
What is that?
Not on this defense. They want to play more linebackers. Mm-hmm. The question, the one is
Clark.
We got to talk about it. The quandrum we have is And see, the thing with Louisville versus Clark, I don't think that Clark is a bad player. I think he was playing out of position and he wasn't drafted by he wasn't drafted by Mike McCarthy.
Sure.
So Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer is going to come to the podium and say all the good things about Damone Clark.
Yeah.
When that's not one of your draft babies, you playing from behind, bro.
Yeah.
Like you playing left-handed. Yeah. We know this, Voch. We've seen it with McCarthy. If you're not one of his kids, you was probably on your way out of here.
And, I can say one of the biggest disadvantages for Clark is changing everything. You know what I'm saying? Because keeping it a buck with you, though, Foots, let's just keep it a buck. This is Voch and Foots talking, right? The only reason we're this high on Eric Kendricks is because he's been in the system before. And look, Kendricks can play, but he can't run around like the young kids. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to run around like Louisville and them. But what he can do, he's going to line everybody up. He's going to let everybody, we're passing guys along. That's what this whole cover 7 is, this whole match stuff. We're passing guys along. Hey, y'all need to be looking out for what's the name. Hey, linebacker. Hey, man, y'all draw. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kendricks brings to the table. Shouts out to him. But everybody else, basically rookies. If Clark had an advantage over anybody, he said, man, I know Dan Quinn defense like the back of my hand. That's going to have to work. If you was a Washington Commander, boy, you would be, boy, Foots. If Damone Clark was a Washington football wizard, boy, he'd be sitting back smiling and shit. He has sunglasses on under the helmet. He be chilling. But man, he in his new system, dog. He in his new system, and he's already a dude that gets accused for of guessing and missing and not seeing it and guessing wrong. And you mean to tell me Lil Fowl come right in? And I heard from a Lil Birdie that I heard from Brian said that Mike Zimmer said that, hey, but he get it, dog. This motherfucker gets it. Man, come on, man.
I'm gonna stay where you just. So you just said the reason why we're so high on Kendricks is because he knows. I'm gonna take a step further.
Sure.
We taking steps today, Vacho.
Yeah,
bro. The reason why we so high on Kendricks is because we were so low on Damone Clark's play.
Yeah, he's spitting now. You spitting now.
Come on, Vacho.
It don't take a whole bunch. It don't take a whole bunch to be better than Clark and bigger than 205. You spit. You hear what I said? You hear what I said? It don't take a whole bunch to be bigger than 205 pounds and better than Damone Clark. You spitting now, Foots.
And so the problem with it is this.
Yes, sir.
What you said about the rookie, but okay, if you're looking at, let's say year one, you want Lil Fowl to play the Sam,
sure,
and you want him to understudy the Mike, because I think that your Will is Overshown healthy. So the percentages, if I'm going ranking, obviously Kendricks, Overshown, I'm gonna say both of those guys even, with Lil Fowl overtaking Clark as the season goes, because I just think that also people got to remember what Lil Fowl does as a rusher is really good.
Him and Overshown. Yeah.
As rushers is like excellent.
Let me ask you this, Foots.
Another nugget.
Please.
Voch.
Please.
I saw that Mike is down to 244.
Down.
So I don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen with him.
Bro. And that's another
sneaky little tidbit we ain't really talking about for real.
That I'm happy about, and I'm so upset and irritated with Cowboys fans. I don't know where you stand on 11. Me and you I called you about it. We had talked about it.
We're gonna talk about it on your show, Foots the King. We're gonna leave here and we're gonna talk about it on your show. But I think a lot of people are assuming that Mike is gonna be full-time edge guy because that's what Dan Quinn had him doing. And I feel that, but Dan Quinn was also like, Dan was like, he was all good, but he lied. You know what I'm saying? Dan was like, yeah, I'm gonna move him everywhere, Foots the King. And we looking at Michael like, you lied about moving Michael. You lied about not having the one spot. You lied about him playing like he put everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He lied. So in my mind, if you Mike Zimmer, it ain't that hard to pick up the microphone and go, all right, I know Dan say we was gonna move Mike all over the place.
Yeah.
We gonna do that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll at least attempt to do that for real. But let me ask you this question though, Foots. You a coach.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. Foots says this. I'm gonna ask you this, and then Foots said this. If Kalen Carson has to play nickel, we on linebacker still. We ain't left linebackers. So I'm just setting this up for you. Mm-hmm. If Kalen Carson has to play nickel, he has this concept of what a nickel corner is because he sees it all the time. Mm-hmm. If Nathaniel Thomas has to play guard, in which he will have to, he has a concept of what guard is because he always sees guard there. Like he knows what guard is. Mm-hmm. Overshown, Damone Clark, Lil Fowl. Do any of these kids know what a Sam linebacker looks like?
That's why, again, you're getting rave reviews probably about Lil Fowl.
See,
Damone does not.
All these, like, they're 230-pound linebackers. At some point, 230 for a linebacker was small. You know what I'm saying? But we're in a whole different brand of football, and we've heard Overshown say, yeah, Bull playing the Sam. Mm-hmm. when he once was a safety that got converted to linebacker. Overshawn is a safety that got converted to linebacker. Hell, Luafau got safety film at Notre Dame, Foots.
Yeah.
Do these kids know what a Sam linebacker is at all?
It goes to your point about them all being rookies, bro, because we're going to deploy a different defense. I mean, think about how much dime and nickel Dan Quinn played. That's not happening this year.
Yeah. You're
going to fit big with big. You're not going to allow teams to run the ball. Like that, that's not going to happen, Voch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, there's not going to be games where I love Marquise Bell to death. His story is amazing.
Yeah.
You're not going to see him down around the box.
No.
You're able to do that because you out personnel teams.
Sure.
And by the way, the Cowboys personnel is still really good.
Yeah.
So I think that people are looking for these super wholesale changes. I wouldn't be surprised if Zimmer at times leans on still some cover one things, some cover zero thing, not some cover three things, but it won't be all game all the time, every situation.
Yeah.
Like Mike's okay with making teams with this personnel drive the field, make every throw, then get into the red area and make every play. And then you make that mistake. Like Zimmer's not just going to pin his ears back and say, Mike can go rush the quarterback, because that starts to play into good offensive coordinators' hands. LaFleur, Shanahan, if you're going to give them the same stagnant look, they're good, Voch. Yeah. And so that kind of went off to a tangent. But when you talk about, Vacho, what does it look like? We don't even know. I don't know, because we haven't seen it for so long. We haven't even seen. And I told somebody this the other day, I said, I was talking to Aisha Morrison. I said, listen, I think the linebacker room is now a strength. Here's why. I'm never mad at competition. This is the NFL. Jamal Clark, you're going to be on this team. I don't know how much you're going to play. I don't know who could emerge. We don't know if Harvey, I don't know. Somebody. But the point is, give me guys, give me, people say in the D tackle room, yes, I understand. I'm pretty sure you'll touch on that at some point before we get to camp or whatever. But when we're talking about this camp preview, I think that I really do believe, Voch, that the linebacker room was a negative. It's a strength. We did not have linebackers playing linebacker last year, right? Outside Jamal Clark.
Yeah. No depth neither.
No depth. Right, no exactly.
Depth. Every little, like Devin Harper was the last piece and he got sent away. So yeah, that's fair. Foots the King. Prior to this, and chat, everybody watching right now, this is a Voch and Foots 2-part special.
Yes.
Lots of hot sauce and all the fries you can give me. We're going to be doing some work over here, and then we're going to have a part 2 over on Foots' side. When we get on Foots' side, we're going to have a part 2 over here, right? So if you want to see the other part of this conversation, go over there. But Foots, we was talking pre-show. I want to put this on the screen for everybody. Let me see if everybody can see it. Brandon Laurie, friend of the show, social media friend of the show. I really like his post on the Twitter machine, because he like curates all the Cowboys content. I'm not gonna go follow Mozzie on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? But Brandon will, and Brandon be like, hey, Mozzie dropped a thing on Instagram.
Voch ain't doing that.
I ain't doing it, you know what I'm saying? But shouts out to Brandon. He curates Cowboys everything, and puts it all on the tweets here, and he gives credit to the original content people. So shouts out to him. Brandon Lurie, I didn't know he said this, Foots the King, but Foots brought this to my attention. Brandon Lurie says this. This is an interesting nugget from Bobby Bell on the Love to Star podcast, where Brian brought us about the left tackle position for the Cowboys. I think it is almost a certainty that Chuma Adoga is going to be the left tackle the first rep of practice.
Did you hear what I said?
It's 2 parts, Voch.
I'm still reading. The second part get worse. What Lord you Jesus. Mean? It get worse. Then he goes on to say, I think it is likely that he's the left tackle for the first game, and I think it's possible that he's the left tackle for the entire season. I wish I had my old no button. But left tackle for the entire season. Bobby still has faith in Tyler Guyton as a future Pro Bowler. If the coach staff feels like sitting him for the rest of the season is in the cards, then they've been shown to do that with rookie sitting Tyler Smith until Tyron got injured. Okay, that's pretty much all we need right there. But first, listen, they have done that with Tyler Smith. No matter how much I feel how, cap it was, Tyler Smith sitting down behind Connor McGovern, as much cap as I think that was, I do think Tyler Smith was on his way to starting over Connor McGovern that first game. I don't think they were just going to keep playing Connor McGovern over Tyler Smith. That don't make sense.
Correct.
But if there's anything we've been fussing about, I thought the center position was where the most mess was. I thought that Brock Hoffman and Cooper Beebe was where the big competition was. Foots, I would be upset. I'd be perturbed, peeved. I'd be deflated if this was simply not a competition at all. And my first lineup was Chuma, Doga, Tyler Smith, Brock Hoffman, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele. I'd be upset if they went the route of no rookie at all, because the Cowboys normally find success by just throwing their rookies in the hot water. Like they're normally fine when you do that. But according to Bobby Belton, look, man, Bobby's an insider, man. He has sources. He's close to the building. And I don't disagree that Chuma will probably be the first left tackle out there at practice. First game, an entire season. I think it'll be weird to not even see Tyler Guyton struggle before just saying I ain't gonna see him the whole season. But I would love to hear what you guys say. But you brought this to my attention, but I would love to hear what you got to say, sir.
As you've spoken, Voch, I just continue to formulate ideas, man, and thoughts on it. I would be perturbed is the word. I would be upset just because with what the work that we've heard. Hey, shout out to you, plug. You had Duke Manyweather on your channel.
Hey, who you say now for who I had on here?
Yeah, Duke Manyweather.
I did.
And I mean, so you've had some guys. You've gotten close to the situation. And there's no secret about how we all felt about Tyler at times, and during the draft cycle. But I think that would be a complete mistake to say, because here's the deal. Love Bobby Belt. Yeah. He's not a coach, and that's not to knock him, but we haven't seen one rep. What if day one-on-ones, Micah kills him? Yeah. What if they great.
Michael Parsons, he needs to
kill Chuma too.
He gonna go over here. Yes.
And we know that. So this how I liken it to. How you got 3 kids, right? Sure. You got your child who, hey man, he's a great kid, but I know what that kid gonna do. He not gonna do the dishes. But my youngest, the one who I'm molding correctly, he behaves. He close to me. You see how I only got to tell him once to do a dishes. Now my middle child, you ain't gonna get that from him. Yeah. If he checked out, you don't gotta worry about it. My oldest, she off the college. But the point is,
Chuma Doga has ways already that he's kind of stuck in. At least with Tyler Guyton, you can help him through his adversities because he's still malleable.
Chuma Doga is a swing tackle in the NFL. Yeah. If he's your 6th, 7th best offensive lineman, you in good shape. If you're starting on your offensive line, you have questions. And people say, "Oh, I don't want Tyler Guyton playing." You might not want Chuma Doga playing. I tell you this: when you talk about length and foot quickness, Tyler Guyton may be better at that than Chuma is right now. What Chuma does have is experience. Okay, I get that.
It ain't good experience, but it's experience.
So the problem is this: hey, let's let Tyler get his head beat in every day. But let's let him deal with the power of DeMarcus Lawrence. Let's let him deal with the speed, the power of Micah Parsons. Hey, Micah Parsons, who outside of Myles Garrett is the 2nd best pass rusher in the NFL per PFF. Yeah. You can find that graphic too, Voch. So at the end of the day, I think that's I don't know if that's clicky. I don't know if it's. I just think that it's saying I'm gonna push back on that because for one, there hasn't been one rep. Like Voch, we've been around training camps.
Sure.
We've seen. I saw Dak Prescott his first year throw air balls all camp. Couldn't throw a slant.
Sure. Couldn't practice.
Come out, dog. Dak Prescott. This is how long we've been doing. Dog. Dak Prescott could not hit a sitting still target.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Sure.
To the preseason game against San Francisco, like, wait, what's this? Mm-hmm. To Tony rolling his back up and Dak even against that great Seattle defense playing amazing football. So I caution like, hey, let's let these guys practice. Let's let these guys get better before we just throw out stuff like this, because I'll be honest with you, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah. And guess what? If he is to struggle against Myles Garrett, but let's say he gives up 2 sacks and the Cowboys win. Are you mad at that, Voch? Because guess what Chuma gonna do? He gonna give up 3. I can promise you that.
Yeah. And if anything, man, I mean, Guyton has the athleticism to overcome some of his faults, but if you're gonna go weak at left tackle, I mean, bro, like everybody that Guyton's gonna lose to, Chuma gonna lose to him too. You know what I'm saying? So at least give it to the dude that has the upside. Give it to the dude that has the ceiling. You know what I mean? So and this is coming from a character in Voch Lombardi that has had all the concerns about Tyler Guyton. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying at least play the kid. Look, if Tyler Guyton had to sit behind Tyron Smith, that makes all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. But that's not your cards right now. Your cards is Tyler Guyton, Chuma, Doga. So throw the rookie in the fire, throw BB in the fire, and hey, let them dudes fight it out during camp, and may the best man, it don't matter, Tyler Guyton's first round pick, play him. I don't care if Chuma was better. Hey man, this is part 1 of me and Foot's conversation, man. Y'all want to catch the second part, y'all run over to his channel, Foot's the King, on YouTube, and check out part 2. We'll be talking about some other little Cowboy content on that. Y'all be good now. Peace.